So, is there anyone in this room who would like to have a better memory? Better being able to remember things? Okay, have you? And are there maybe people in this room who wanted to have a better concentration, better being able to focus on your job and not be distracted all the time? Is more people? Well, I can tell you. If the things don't work the way you want to, it may have to do with stress. And luckily, there are things you can do to improve it. I'm trained as a neurobiologist and I work as a science journalist, so you can say I know a thing or two about various orange, but it can be quite a rap between getting a lot of about the brain and actually being good. When I started AI science journalist 20 years ago, I was so eager to show the world that I can do it. I took on every assignment that I could have. I interviewed every hustle around. I worked till way past midnight and I had to get up early because I had 2 little kids and a hardworking husband and a sour challenges and no time to think. Now we all know what that leads to, right? I couldn't believe but I had a burnout and I felt my brain has just run out on me. I wasn't able to plan anymore. I could decide from large to-do list and what to do first, what to do next. I couldn't concentrate on my work. I couldn't remember anything and my emotion is all over the place. Mentally low. And as a scientist, as a journalist, as a brain scientist, I knew that the chronic stress is devastating for your brain. It gets marinated and a toxic cocktail for strain hormones and it affects your areas in particular. The first area is frontal flow and its brain bred human brain model. Here it says on your head like this and the frontal flow. We use this to do exactly all the things I have just mentioned, to set around, to make a plan, to decide what to do first, what to do next. It is a seat of your working memory. You use it to focus on your job and it keeps your emotions under control. And the second one, the vulnerable part, is the hippocampus. It's on the either side of the brain, a bit more in the middle, and it is a core of our memory. Now, why are these two areas so sensitive to stress? Is it because stress hormones, high stress hormones levels literally make the cells in these areas sink? You see the cells here on the right? This is the cell body and you can see these long extensions, those branches and things, and you reach out of all the neurons and to make contact with each other to form a network. Adding or and in the people who are chronically stressed, you see that these branches disappear. The contact breakdown, they just itself. And the network just doesn't work as well anymore. So that's bad news, right? But luckily, the brain science has revealed many things you can do to how to practice, and I just covered that when I drove into literature and in search for ways to improve the brain. And I share with you for more important ones. By far, the best thing you can do for your brain is be physically active. Now we all know that being physically active is good for you, right? But there can be a gap between knowing this and actually do it. But when you are working out, it is not just good because your heart starts pumping and you get oxygen to your brain and now you're physically active. Your brain actually makes the growth factors that stimulate the outgrowth of these branches. The growth again, they reestablish contacts, maybe even new cells are formed. So while you're working out, you're not just working on a raw body, but you're also working on a moral mind. And you don't have to run a marathon if that's not your thing. But research shows that already people just work recently for 3 times a week, 45 minutes a day, a period, 3 times a week, 45 minutes a day. The campus is already bigger in size than those people who only do stretching exercise. So I used to decide to first get the deadline and then to go to the gym, maybe later, maybe next week. But I don't do that anymore. But I just first go to the gym and I get to the deadline. The second very important thing you can do for your brain is sleep well. Now I would like to see your hands. Who of you has slept 8 hours last night? 8 hours. Why are you doing quite okay? Thing is 40%. There be quite a gap between knowing that sleep is good for you and actually do it. But I can tell you, and you may know already, sleep loss is a chronic stressor for your brain as well. Already after one night without sleep, you know that your concentration is bad for your memory is worse, you're more irritable. So that's only after one night of full sleep, this area will be high forehead to start more functioning. That's after why many nights after little sleep, well, sleep our praise reorganizes itself. They good connections, they strengthen the bad connections, and taken out it worsens itself cleaned from waste products. So we really need that for our good working brain. Now I told you I want to wait that past midnight, but I don't do that anymore. I make sure I'll get my 8 hours sleep, and it's really difficult for me because I'm a night owl. I like to stay up late whenever I miss an hour, and for two, I will make up it for the next night. Of course, your friend that also needs good building blocks. Food and doing food research is a very difficult. It's very hard to pinpoint which specific vitamin or mineral is good for your brain. First, for the entire eating pattern is perfectly. People who eat militarily, but for the entire eating pattern is perfectly clear. People who eat millennium diet, you have a better brain for a longer time with a better memory and better concentration. Now, what is that? Militarian diet sounds like it's on pizza and pasta. Maybe you don't have that, it is not the case. These large amounts of fruits and vegetables, it is basic, and you can see fish here. Flying fish is very important because it provides omega-3 fatty acids, and these are essential building blocks for our brain. We cannot make them ourselves. Well, you see other proteins and brain. You also see the healthy fats, olive nuts in some studies. These seem to be the two secret ingredients that kept your brain healthy for a long time. Just saying. And maybe some eagle eyes in the room has spotted a bottle of red wine. I don't know if you saw that. And hidden here we had a label. No, that is not good for you. I'm sorry, not for your brain at least. Then there is the fourth thing that you can do for your brain, and that is the meditate. And this is maybe even harder area to do research on. But there is an increasingly pile of scientist papers that show that daily meditation can have beneficial effects on our focus and attention in a basic way. You can look at meditation in training of your attention because you sit with your eyes closed and you focus on path, and then your mind whirs it up to something that you have to do and you put back to on your path, and this happens again. And this way, you train your attention and also your flexibility, your emotion control. It seems that many of these functions of this area behind forehead are strengthened by meditation training. So you can try this if you like, build it into your personal routine in the morning or just before you go to bed. And you can start with 5 minutes a day and see how it goes. I do it every day and in times. I hope at a grad routine, knowing and doing a bit smaller today, I go and ask you please eager to your brain because it's on of who you are, so treat her as a queen. Thank you.